Hello. I want to speak to the parishioners of our parish about a very important thing that is going to happen in the next couple of weeks, and that is the offering of public masses once again in our church. We are a Eucharistic people. The center of our liturgical life as Catholics is the Eucharist, and we have been without being able to gather as a community to celebrate the Eucharist. And for many people, that has been a great hardship, a pain, and a sorrow. And I realize that. So we are happy, on one hand, that we can begin to offer public masses once again. On the other hand, we have to proceed with great care and caution. The health and safety of our parishioners is my first concern. That along with the care of their soul, their spiritual life, we also have to provide an atmosphere in which we can gather that is safe for everyone who is there. So as you know, the weekend of June 13th and 14th, we will begin to celebrate Mass publicly in the church once again. Also, beginning June 8th, there will be weekday Masses. We are limited to 100 people in our church for the time being at any one given celebration of the Eucharist. That also applies to Masses that we plan to have on the covered court of the school outside. We're limited also there to 100 persons. So people are probably asking themselves, should I come? Do I have to come? Well, first of all, our bishop has extended his dispensation from the obligation for Catholics to attend Mass on Sunday indefinitely. In other words, if your concern is, am I committing a sin if I don't come to Mass? The answer is no. The bishop has given that dispensation. Now, because Mass is being offered, how do I know if I should attend? Well, of course, every person has to make that decision for himself or herself. However, you should stay home if you are feeling sick, having a fever, or any of the other symptoms that might be associated with this virus. If you have a sick family member at home or a person that you're caring for who is vulnerable to the coronavirus, you should not come to Mass and be exposed to a large group of people. If you have been traveling to somewhere where there were large crowds, if you've been out of the country, if you are at risk because of pre-existing conditions, health concerns that you have, or if you're just fearful or anxious about getting together with a large group of people, by all means stay home. Our recorded Masses will continue to be offered online as they have been up till now, and we will continue that going forward. Just because Masses are being held, it doesn't mean that you need to attend. We've adapted our Mass schedule. All of this information is available not only on our parish website, but also in the newsletter that I've been sending out twice a week until now. Starting next week, it will be once a week. But we will have Mass again at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon in English and 7 p.m. in Spanish. And both of those Masses will be duplicated. we're fortunate that we have 5 priests. Our retired priests are extremely generous in offering themselves to help out in our parish. It enables us to offer more masses, but our limit will be between those who are in the church and those who are on the basketball court. That is a total of 200, 100 in each space. On Sunday morning, we've moved our Mass at 7 a.m. Instead of 7:30 in the past to give us time for cleaning the church. But then at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., we have Masses in English in both places. 1 p.m., Mass in Spanish in both places. And 5 p.m., Mass in English in both places. Also on weekdays, we're returning to our schedule of 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. In the church only. And we've added Masses on the evenings, Monday through Friday. A 7 p.m. Mass in Spanish on Monday. On Tuesday, 7 p.m. Mass in English. On Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mass in Spanish. And then on Thursday and Friday, 7 p.m. Mass in English. Again, if you're concerned about coming out with a big crowd, 100 people on Sunday, you might want to come to a Mass during the week instead of your usual Sunday Masses. What is going to be different? Well, of course, our first concern, as I said, is providing a safe environment. People will only be seated in every other row. Maintaining the 6 feet boundary around them, the distance between you and the next person. Family members, those who live in the same household, can sit closer together, but between them and the next person or group, there needs to be 6 feet. Probably one of the most important parts of preventing the spread of this virus is the use of face masks. The face mask is worn to prevent the spread from asymptomatic people. In other words, you might be feeling well and still be a carrier of the virus, and you don't want to make someone else sick. So yes, we wear the mask to protect ourselves, but more importantly, we wear the mask to protect others because we care for, because we love one another. We want to be sure we do everything we can to not infect one another. So therefore, we won't be doing singing, congregational singing, because that, again, is a spread of the spray, as they call it, that comes from our mouths, is the primary way that this virus is being passed from person to person. We will be shortening some parts of the Mass. We won't be preaching so long. We will omit the Creed and the Gloria and try to reduce the amount of time that we're actually spending together. There won't be any touching, no greeting, no touching during the sign of peace, a bow, or some other gesture, a wave to the people around us would still be appropriate. No joining hands during the Lord's Prayer, of course. For Holy Communion, the bishop has asked us to distribute Holy Communion as people are leaving. So the Eucharistic ministers will be near the doors of the church. After the final blessing, the entire congregation will be asked to be seated and to sit in their places. And we will call row by row, beginning with the back, to get up and leave. And if you wish to receive Holy Communion, there will be a Eucharistic minister near the door. You can receive Holy Communion in your hand only. There will be no communion from the cup. You receive the communion in your hand. You put the host into your mouth. Just lift your mask, put the host in your mouth, and put your mask back down again, and immediately leave the church. Don't come back into the church for private prayer or anything. Say your prayer on your way home or when you get home. Holy Communion then at the end of the Mass, and waiting for your row to be called to leave the church. As you're lining up for communion, be sure to maintain that 6 feet distance between yourself and the person in front of you. You're used to it already in the grocery store and the drugstore and many other places. The same thing will apply here. And after Mass, we ask you not to gather, not to linger. We won't have coffee and donuts or any other kind of socializing after Mass for the time being. Of course, we hope that all of these restrictions will be in time loosened a bit, and that we can return to celebration of the Eucharist that we're more used to. I have to say that not all of these things that we're going to have to do are going to be liked by everybody. I don't like them all myself, but I do recognize that they are necessary as a first step for us to be able to gather once again, even in a limited way, with some restrictions, but we'll be able to come together again as a Eucharistic people. Whether you are joining us from home or physically present during our celebration of the Eucharist, we are one people. We are a Eucharistic people. We are blessed by God. And we thank God for blessing St. Patrick Parish, for keeping our parishioners safe. No one from our staff, none of our priests have gotten sick because of this virus. And we really want to make sure that continues. So I thank you for your cooperation. I really ask for your patience and understanding as we begin to gather together, perhaps a bit awkwardly at first, perhaps a little disappointed in the way we have to do it. Let us be kind to one another. Let us continue to be a community of faith, a community that gives thanks to the Lord for his many gifts. God bless you.